everyone, and welcome to the Best Day Ever Crafting podcast. This is a podcast about my making journey, but also where we celebrate with you why every day spent crafting makes for the best day ever. My name is Trish, and I can be found on Instagram and Ravelry as Tie Dye Diva. You can also find my sticker and stationery shop at www.thefibertree.com. I will link to all of those places in the show notes as well as in the description box below. So welcome all, and an extra special welcome if this is your first time viewing the podcast. It's been a couple of months since I've been able to record. It has been, I should say, June was a very eventful month, and not in a good way. If I have time, I'll get into that at the very end as we do a little chit chat. But I'm back and feeling better and doing much better, and I'm so excited to be here to share with you all the things I've been making and working on in the midst of chaos. So I hope you all are doing well. And before we get into the actual making, we do have some business to take care of because we've got a couple of make-alongs going on, and it's time to announce some prize winners from those make-alongs. So if you've been with me for a while, you know that we're doing the, we just wrapped up the second quarter of our make-alongs, which was color work. And I just drew some prizes and some names, and I'm gonna announce those right now. So I picked from the no chat thread in the Ravelry group. And again, if you would like to join the Ravelry group, the name of the group is Best Day Ever Crafting Podcast Group, and I'll link to that also. So like I said, I drew names from the Finished Objects group for color work, and the first prize we're going to give away is, or are, I should say, these two skeins of the Fiber Seed. This is the Fiber Seed fingering sock yarn. It is merino wool and 10% nylon. So it's a merino nylon blend, and each skein is a generous 510 yards. So here it is. They're absolutely beautiful. These were donated by a very generous podcast viewer, so thank you so much for these. They're so pretty. The variegated color is called Carousel, and the solid color is called Raspberry. So the winner of these two skeins is Miss Crafty, who is Madeline in New Jersey. Madeline has been a podcast viewer for quite some time. So Madeline, thank you for participating in the make-along, and she made two Dream Weaver pillows for the color work make-along, and they're absolutely beautiful. So if you haven't seen Madeline's pillows, then definitely head over to the group and take a look at those. So Madeline, these are coming to you. Please send me your complete mailing address, and I'll get those right out to you. So the second prize we're going to give away are these two beautiful skeins of yarn. They just speak autumn to me. These two skeins are actually a do-over. I had given these away for another episode, but the viewer never got in contact with me, so they're up for grabs again. Again, from Northbound Knitting. This is their superwash merino fingering, and I got these from a grab bag, so they don't have a name, but as you can see, they coordinate really well together, and each are 400 yards. This prize is going to go to Sylvia1002, and her name is Sylvia, and she's on the East Coast of the US. So congratulations, Sylvia. Sylvia made a beautiful pair of socks. The six rainbow connection socks is what she made. Absolutely gorgeous. If you want to see those, again, head over to the group. So Sylvia, send me your name and address, and I'll get those to you. Finally, we have another winner for our make-along. I'm sorry, I can't even read my own handwriting. So the final gift is this beautiful skein of color changing yarn by Wool's. Make sure I get this right. Wool's Yarn Creations. And as you can see, it's a beautiful gradient. This is a 100% cotton yarn. It is a 4-ply of a thread yarn, which I believe equals to a fingering weight. I've never knit with this before, but I've seen some beautiful projects knit with this yarn. So I thought this would be really appropriate if the winner wants to do some summer knitting. But anyway, the winner of this is WMH302. Her name is Wendy, and she lives in New Jersey. And Wendy knit a beautiful comfort fade cardi for her color work. So again, Wendy, this skein of Wool's color changing yarn is coming to you. I don't think I gave you the color. The color is Seafoam. Very appropriate. So Wendy, send me your name and address, and I will get this out to you ASAP. And thank everyone for participating in the make-along. Because, like I said, I had so much going on last month, I wasn't as present in the group as I wanted to be. So I thank you all for keeping things going, for encouraging one another, and for posting your projects. So now we're heading into the third quarter of our make-alongs, which is color work. So if you want to participate, the thread is already open. Start chatting about what you want to make. I've already put a post in about what my goals are for the make-along. I've got a couple of blankets I want to finish up, and maybe a couple more blankets I want to cast on. Kind of ambitious, I know, but you know, just make all the things, whatever you want to cast on. I used to be really strict about not having more than one sweater on the needles, not having more than one pair of socks on the needles. I feel like since COVID, that's completely gone out the window, and I'm pretty much just making what I want to make in the moment. So we'll see what I actually make for the third quarter. And the theme of the third quarter is something for the home. So we're talking blankets. Someone has already posted a finished object of some napkins they made for their home. What else? Of course, quilts, crochet blankets, knit blankets, toys for the home, toys for your kids, your grandkids, the little ones in your life. If you can justify it that it's for the home, then absolutely enter it into the giveaway. And just like we just gave away prizes for the second quarter, we'll be doing the same in the third quarter. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with. Finally, I want to just give a quick shout out to our June hat winner. Let me just go back to the group really quick. I thought I had written her name down. I believe Arthella has already sent her prize out. Yes, I believe so. So Jeannie Dreams, who name is Jean or Jean, I think it's Jean. Jean, congratulations. Congratulations, and thank you for participating. So we're coming up, and we're in the month of July, and I look forward to seeing your July hats from Kelborn Woolens. Again, all of these threads are in the Ravelry group, so you can go in and take a look at what are the active make-alongs, and by all means, feel free to join and participate. So, shall we get into the making? Okay, so let's talk about finished objects first. So I have managed to finish a couple of things since we last talked, and the first thing I want to share with you is a pair of shorty socks that I finished. So here they are. I think I showed you these the last time. They were a whip. I was probably just wrapping up sock number 1, and I was able to finish both socks. I'm going to put these on a blocker real quick because I think you can see better when they're on the blocker. So the yarn that I used was from a new to me dyer who's Black Smoke Fibers. I'm going to link to her shop as well as all the other shops that I mentioned. So I used Black Smoke Fibers for the body of the sock, And I used primrose yarn, which was left over from another project, for the heels, toes, and cuffs. So here they are. I think they turned out really good. My intention was to do more of a solid. This orange turned out to be a lot more variegated than I expected, but that's okay. So what has happened is that both the heel, toe, and cuff and the actual body of the sock are variegated, but they still have really good contrast. And I think they turned out really, really well. I did knit these top down, cuff down, I should say, using my usual afterthought heel tutorial from Curvy Wurvy, and they turned out really, really good. I just love that toe, how you don't have to do any the heel, you don't have to do any picking up of stitches if you follow her technique. You can find it on YouTube. It's just, they just knit up so nicely. So it's nice to have another pair of shorty socks completed, and these are for me. Okay, so that's finished object number 1. And the other finished object I want to share with you is it's a big finished object, because I completed a sweater since we last talked. I completed my Coastal Crop Raglan by Tiff Nealon. And let me just hold her up so you can take a peek. I'm going to move her around slowly so that you can see all the detail. As you can see, I don't know whether you can tell or not, but I did knit this to be somewhat cropped for my height. So let me just stand up so you can just get a feel for how tall the sweater is. Let's see, some more detail I want to share with you, because on the side of the sweater, this is what it looks like. So it's this really pretty lace pattern that goes down the side, each side of the sweater. It's just so pretty. And even though this is as you can see, it's a lot of just knit. The rows, you did have some interesting things going on. So you've got some eyelet shaping, some eyelet that goes along the raglan shaping on both the front and the back. And it's so funny because I actually thought about not even doing the eyelets. I just wanted to just knit and have it over with. But I'm so glad that I did. It just adds the perfect little something to this sweater, and I cannot wait till it gets cool enough for me to wear it. The sleeves, as you can see, they are sleeveless. They come down, I would say just above my elbow, and that's because, as you can see, this is almost like a dolman, but not quite, the way the pattern is written. So the sleeves drop considerably. I highly recommend this pattern. It was so fun, so enjoyable. So the yarns that I used are cephalopod, which is they're no longer dyeing yarn, in a no-name color. But as you can see, it's got shades of purple and pink and a little bit of like a spruce green. And for the contrast, I use Plucky Bellow Worsted, which is this pretty pink purple here, and this color is called Signature Cocktail. So one thing about Tiff Nealon's patterns that I absolutely love, she loves texture, I love texture, so you'll find these really cool textural elements in her knitting. I mean, this is a rib, but as you can see, it's a different type of ribbing. It's without giving the pattern away. I just love the way that turned out, and it's also mimicked on the bottom of the sweater. So feels really good to have a sweater off of the needles. When you're a larger person, knitting a sweater is a huge investment in time and money, because quite naturally it just takes more yarn to knit a larger sweater. So it's always a huge accomplishment when I'm able to finish a sweater. So happy about that. So I'll share with you a couple of the other things I've been working on. One thing you've actually seen, which was which is my, well, would have been, I should say, my color work project, which is my 3-color Cashmere Cowl. So I'm almost done. I got a little bit distracted by other projects in life, but it is almost done. I have one more, I believe it's the gray section after this textured section right here. Beautiful pattern. I'm sure you guys have seen the 3-color Cashmere Cowl before. I did make a few adjustments because the pattern calls for a fingering weight yarn, and I'm using Plucky Sport weight yarn, which is 100% cashmere yarn. It's absolutely luscious and soft and luxurious, everything you would expect in cashmere. It's just a beautiful yarn to work with, and I can't wait to be able to put this on this fall and winter. So here are my colors. Got this golden yellow here and this gray, which I absolutely love. It's almost the exact same color as my kitten Cashmere. So those of you, if it's your first time watching, I do have a fur baby. Her name is Cashmere, and we have a lot of fun together. I don't think she's going to make an appearance on this podcast because she was napping not long ago. So, and she needs her naps, because when she doesn't get her naps, she's like out of control, just like a baby. So yes, I'm almost done with the three color Cashmere Cowl, and I hope to be able to show that to you the next time as a completed object. This is hanging out in my Danica bag that I picked up from Fiberspace a while back. It's beautiful. It's so pretty with that embroidery on it, and it's just the perfect size for my cowl. So happy to almost have that done. Now, when I finished my Coastal Crop Raglan, I cast on for another sweater that had been in my queue, which is the Rocket Tee by Tanis Fiber Arts. So I cast this on, I don't even know if I have a date. I'm looking on Ravelry real quick. I don't know if I even put the date when I started. Well, it says May 14th. So I've been working on this for almost 2 months. And this is the progress I've made. So I'm almost done with the body. Look at that. Let me bring this up a little closer so you can see what's going on here. So basically, as you can see, it is a striped tee. And I'm alternating fingering weight yarn along with a silk mohair lace. Both of the colors that I'm using are from Legacy Fiber Arts. The Legacy Fiber Arts Cloud, which is the silk mohair, is this beautiful color here. This is called Foxtails. So it's almost like, it's like a caramel, it's just, that's what it reminds me of, but cross between rose gold and caramel. It's really pretty. And the fingering that I'm using is antique lace. This antique lace, this is a surprise skein, which I like to call. It's really pretty, but if you look closely, and especially after it's knitted up, you see colors that you didn't see in the skein. So there are some oranges in here, there's some purples and browns. It's just an absolutely beautiful skein of yarn, and I can't wait until this is blocked and those stitches smooth out, and I think this is going to be an absolute hit. It's so light, it's ethereal, it's so light, but I don't think I can wear it now. I've seen people posting and they're wearing their rocket tees even in the summer. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. It's soft and light, but there's just something about me and wool in the summer. It just does not work. So come fall, I will definitely be rocking this rocket tee with probably a lightweight t-shirt or maybe a white linen shirt, because this will also be short sleeve. It is written as a short sleeve pattern. It's also going to be finished off with an I-cord neckline. So that's going to finish that off really, really nicely. And I believe the I-cord goes on the bottom edge too. So really excited to get this off the needles. Even though I've been working on this for 2 months, it's not like I've been working on it every day. I just pick it up when I feel like I'm in the mood to work on it. And I must say that even though I'm working with fingering weight yarn on a plus size sweater, I think it's flying off the needles. I think it knits up really, really quickly. So don't be intimidated if you're a larger person and you want to knit a fingering weight or even a lace weight sweater. It's really about consistency. I found just consistently working on a project. It seems daunting and like you'll never finish, but if you work on it consistently, you can finish it. You can do it. And there are a lot of other factors to take into consideration too. So a smaller person might be a slower knitter, whereas a larger person might be a faster knitter. So it's not about the size of the sweater. Sometimes it's not even about whether you're fast or a slow knitter. It's really all about consistency, consistency, consistency. So hope that little chat helps someone. This is hanging out in my Sandy by the Lakeside bag. Absolutely love this bag. I think I've had this for quite some time, and it's the perfect size for a sweater, especially a fingering sweater. I had a cute little tassel on here, but Cashmere the cat got to it and demolished it. So I have to take this little jump ring off of here that the tassel was on, because I don't want her to get to this and accidentally swallow it. Okay, I'll get to that later. All right, so that's it for the finished objects and whips I wanted to share with you. Oh, I do have another whip. I do have another whip. Hold on. I cast on another pair of socks. I did. I felt like there was something missing. I didn't even write it in my show notes. So I did cast on for another pair of vanilla socks a couple of weeks ago. And this is the progress on those. So again, this is just a basic vanilla sock, no pattern. And for me, I always knit my socks on a US 1.5 needle. And I've really been enjoying these Addy knitting needles, and I forget the name of them. If you know the name of these, let me know. Or if I can look it up and tell you what the name of them is, I will put it right down here below. But these are great. They've got this texture on them that makes it really enjoyable to work with. It feels good on your hand, and it feels good when the yarn is passing through them. It's the best way I can describe it. But let's talk about this yarn. Look at those speckles. To me, this is speckles done right. They just place in the perfect spot. They're not pooling. They're beautiful. So this is a new to me dyer. Pumpkins and Wool is the name of the dyer, and I think so. A good friend of mine told me about Pumpkins and Wool, their website, and so I've been a fan ever since. And definitely check her out. She has some beautiful colors, and I think she's new to dyeing, but she definitely is very, very talented. So this color is called, oh man, I don't have the ball band with me, but I believe it's something about garden. I'm gonna look up my order, and I'm gonna put the colorway right down here. Isn't it beautiful? I've got a couple more skeins that I got from Pumpkins and Wools. I'm not going to show them today because they're still in the package, but I will get them open and share those with you on the next episode, hopefully in a couple of weeks. Still working on consistency, being here consistently, but you know, such is life. Now this is in another By the Lakeside bag. How adorable is this? So this is her bunny bag, and as you can see, it's got her cute little leather logo tag on the front, and it's just so cute. So of course it's called the bunny bag because when you close it, you get these cute little bunny ears. You can even close it a second time effortlessly, and it can stick. I just take this and I throw it right in my tote bag. I usually carry a tote with me pretty much wherever I go, so it's just nice to always have a small enough project bag, but yet functional, and it's so cute. She also has these in leather, 100% leather, so I've got my eye on the rose gold leather bunny bag. I had to treat myself soon to that. So Sandy, thank you so much for this beautiful and functional bag design. Okay, so now I'm pretty sure I'm done with the whips and finished objects I want to share with you. Now, let's talk really quickly about sewing. I actually finished a sewing project since we last talked. I finished my Wixton Haori jacket, and I'm going to show it to you right now. So this is the Wixton Haori jacket. As you can see, it's got a wide shawl collar on both sides. It is completely lined. Long sleeves, of course. Mine are super long because I did a little bit of adjustment to the pattern because I want to be able to cuff it and show the lining. You've got pockets on both sides. And there's the back. And I absolutely love this. I absolutely love this. This is my very first time sewing anything with a lining. So I'm super proud of myself, and it's very, very gratifying to finally have this done. I love it. It looks really good on, it fits well, and I think it's gonna be really cute with some jeans and either a t-shirt or maybe a hand knit sweater this fall and winter, and some boots. And I'm just already envisioning how I'm gonna style this. So this again is the Wixton Haori jacket. I am not sure if this pattern is still in print or not. When you go to the Wixton website now, it says that she's only doing wholesale orders and that she's on maternity leave. So I'll just have to keep you posted about that. But honestly, there's so many different kimono jacket style patterns out there. So you will not have any issues trying to, if you want to replicate this. You have so many options. So I feel bad that this seems to be no longer in print. So let me know if you want to make one of these and you come across a pattern for one, because a couple of people, when I posted this to Instagram, were already asking about the pattern. So now let's get into some, before we get into some acquisitions, I do want to share with you what my next sewing project is going to be. This pattern here from the Friday Pattern Company is called the Grace Top. I'm going to turn it on the side here so you can see the schematic. As you can see, it is a tank top with a the way that's cut in, I think they call that a halter back. It's high-low, and it's made with a knit fabric. And I've already read the instructions. I've already cut the pattern out, and I think I'm going to be using this fabric to make my Grace top. If you have been watching for a while, you know I used this fabric for a dress a couple of months ago, and I had so much left. I gave Arthella some of this fabric. I've made a dress from this fabric, and I still have more fabric left. I think I got it at a really good deal, but I think this is going to work out really well because this fabric, it stretches both ways. Not so much vertically, but definitely it's got really, really good stretch going horizontally. So my goal is to get this cut out hopefully this week, and we'll get her sewn up, and she might be one of those patterns that you just fall in love with and make tons and tons and tons. So we'll see. I will keep you posted with the progress of the Grace top by the Friday Pattern Company. And I believe I picked up this pattern from the Stitch Sew Shop in Alexandria, Virginia, which happens to be one of my local sewing stores. Okay, now we can get into the acquisitions. Not a lot I'll share with you today, just a couple of special things. So the first thing I want to share with you is this beautiful skein of yarn that came in from Woolens and Nosh. I believe she also is a new dyer. She's certainly new to me. This is her Superwash Merino nylon base. It's a 4-ply yarn. It's 463 yards. And look at those colors. And this color is called Percolated. And it just reminds me of the perfect cup of coffee latte with whip. So I can't wait to knit these up. If you want to see what this looks like knit up, you can actually go to her website, and I think she has a sample sock knit. I'm drawing a blank. Earth Tone, Denise of Earth Tones Girls, Earth Tones Girl. If you go on her Instagram feed, she also completed a pair of socks using this yarn, and that sealed the deal for me that I had to have this. So I'll get these cast on hopefully this fall or winter, because it knits up absolutely beautifully. And it is self-striping, by the way. Next up is another new to me dyer. This is from A Girl in Her Wool. Now this was introduced to me by Kay, who's the Crazy Sock Lady. I saw her knit a pair of socks from her yarn on Instagram, and I fell in love with that sock. But I made a mistake in ordering. So I meant to order the larger skein in the dark and the lighter skein in the light. I mean the smaller skein in the light. So I'll have the inverse of what Kay did, but it's still, these are still beautiful, beautiful colors. Let me see if she has the, so she doesn't have the name on here. Again, I will go to my order and see if I can decipher what the names, okay, nope. Yes, so it's right here. The darker color is Graffiti, and you can see those purples and blues and greens in there. And then the lighter color is Golden Hour. So Graffiti and Golden Hour are the colors. This is a 50-gram skein, and this is, I believe, it's a 20-gram skein. 20 grams for the heel toe and cuff, 50 for the actual socks. And I've been seeing a lot of yarn dyers do their sock sets like this, and it is much appreciated, because seriously, these were knit with the 50-gram skein, and I still had yarn left over. So it's just perfect for some shorty socks, and these are even maybe an inch taller than what a traditional shorty sock would be. So if you're ever wondering, yes, you're good to go to make a full pair of socks with the 50-gram skein, provided it's not a super long sock. So I wear a size 8 shoe, and like I've knit several pairs of socks with just 50 grams. So just a little tip for you if you're wondering. Finally, I want to share with you a new project bag that I'm really excited about, which is from Yarn and Whiskey. My mind was drawing a blank, so I'm so glad the tag is on it. So this is my new project bag from Yarn and Whiskey. I love it. It is a beautiful Ankara African print. Kind of reminds me of maybe drums. Really pretty, isn't it? Look at those pinks and yellows. So it's just a very basic bag. There are no pockets, but it is also lined with another beautiful Ankara print. Very well made. It feels like it has a lightweight interfacing too. It's drawstring with a leather drawstring, which is really nice. So it's a really good size. I think I can do probably maybe a short sleeve fingering weight sweater will fit in this, and definitely another rocket tee could fit in here. So beautiful bag from Yarn and Whiskey. Again, I will link to her shop as well. Okay, I think that's everything I wanted to share with you. I think I did really good getting everything done. Let me look at my notes real quick. Yeah, I think we're good. So what I will share with you as far as things in the stationery shop, I will have a whole new collection of stickers. I think I'm going to add another pin to the pin collection, and a couple of other fun things. So I'll just share with you really quickly some things. I just updated all of the basic functional dots. I use these a lot when I'm doing my journaling and planner spreads. If I want to just, like if I'm making a list of something and I want to do it colorfully, I'm always using these dots. So I just updated all of the colors. I added a couple of new colors. So as you can see, pretty much everything is in here. Orange was already on the website, so and a couple of other colors and textures like the leopard dots, they were already on the website. So most of these are brand new that are going to be added for your journaling and planning. There will also be a couple of new sticker sets that will be offered. Like this one, for example, this will be a 2-piece set, and this is called Wisteria. I was inspired to create the Wisteria sticker set because I have a wisteria vine that blooms every spring, and it never lasts long enough. So I said, you know what, I'm going to create a wisteria sticker set. These are inspirational arrows: hope, believe, dream, and love, in gold and pink and like a deep burgundy. So these are indeed all individual stickers. You can just plonk those into your journal spreads and planner spreads. We have this fun little stickers sheet. These are little coffee cups with some dotted texture. Almost reminds me of, what's spotted? Is it leopard spots? So we'll have this set. What else will we have? I'm not going to show you everything because there's so many new things. We're going to have functional arrows in lots of different colors. We're going to add some of these headers. These are for working out goals, self-care, walking, water, stretch, strength train. So these will come in handy for your fitness planning. And again, so many beautiful things. There's another set of arrows in this color scheme. And the last thing I want to share with you, I think is my favorite sticker sheet that I've created. This too will be a 2-piece set and it's simply called You Are. So you are beautiful, you are lovely, you are courageous, you are brave, and the sentiment is attached to a floral. It is a two-piece set, and I think it's really, really pretty. So I hope you do too, and I hope you find something to inspire you in your journaling and planning. So I think that's all of the maker things I wanted to share with you. So in Chit Chat, I am doing really well. All things considered, I ended up having a hospital stay in the month of June, and which led to a surgery in the month of June, which led to a follow-up surgery in the month of June. So I ended up having 2 surgeries last month, and just a lot of follow-up and recovery, and just something that just happened out of the blue. But I'm doing so much better now that all the follow-up is done. It's just something I got to keep an eye on and be really cognizant about. But all in all, I'm doing much, much better, like I said. It feels like I can kind of breathe again. So yeah, and so other than that, I have been spending a lot of time resting, really listening to my body, giving myself grace, as I've been told to do so many times, recognizing my limitations, and not trying to push myself and overdo it. I've been spending a lot of time on the water. We've been taking a lot of day trips and weekend day trips to the shore, to the bay, and it's been really, really nice. We've been discovering some beautiful restaurants and gyms and wineries that are really in our own backyard, places that have been there forever, and we just never took the time to visit. So I hope you are doing the same. I hope you're giving yourself grace and giving yourself time to rest and recover and rejuvenate. It's been a rough past few months for everyone, some rougher than others, and so it's okay to just not be. I'm learning it's okay to not be okay all the time. I'm definitely one to always want to do all the things, always want to be okay. I'm okay, I'm fine. It's okay not to be fine. It's okay to have a bad day, to not feel well, and to just rest on that day. So I'm learning that. You guys probably already have that figured out, but it's a bit of a challenge for me. But I definitely am seeing the benefits of slowing down and listening to my body. And of course, along with all that comes all the making. So I've been having, even though physically I may not have been feeling the greatest, I have been doing a lot of creating, a lot of making, cooking on the days I feel like it, making new sticker sheets on the days I feel like it, journaling a lot, getting out my thoughts on paper has been a huge help. Working on my rocket tea, that slow fashion, that slow repetitive making that really forces you to release and relax, and just feel that rhythm of the stitches, and it just calms you and soothes you. All the reasons why we like making. So and what I always say is that's what this podcast is all about, just being grateful for crafting. And for this past few weeks, I have been immensely grateful for crafting. So that is all I have to share with you today. I sincerely hope to see you in a couple of weeks. But like I always say, if I'm missing, it's either for a health reason or for something really serious, because this is another one of my happy places. I really enjoy being able to come here and share with you maker content. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Again, join the Ravelry group and let me know what your plans are for the third quarter make-along, which is something for the home. Your July hat, if you're interested in knitting the Kelborn Woolens July hat, we'd be happy to have you join that make along. And a shout out to Arthella for continuing with keeping that going, sending out the prizes, and being present in the Ravelry group. So thank you so much, Arthella, for that. And on that note, I will see you, like I said, hopefully in a couple of weeks. Happy making, and stay safe and well. Bye-bye.